Assalamu alaikum, class 7. Hope all of you are fine. Today I'm going to teach you basic grammar concept, that is noun and its kinds. As you have read in class 6 about nouns and its kinds. So we'll just repeat it. It's not difficult. It is easy to understand. We'll start with definition. Okay. So definition of noun is noun refers to name of persons, animals, places, things, ideas or events. And noun includes or comprises most of the words of a language. So, in easy words, we can say that everything that is found in this world is called a noun because it has a name. Everything that is found in this world has a name. So, that is called noun. Okay. And in class 4 or 5, probably you have read that noun is a naming word, right? So, person, a name for a person, Sarah, Ahmad, Ali, Michael, etc. Names which are given to animals, dog, cat, cow, kangaroo, etc. Names for places, London, Australia, Canada, Mumbai, you can say Lahore, Pakistan. What is thing? There are names which are given to things. A name for a thing, bat. Bat is a thing. So this name is given to bat. Ball, chair, door, house, computer. Okay, so these are names of things. Ideas. A name for an idea. Devotion. How much devoted you are. We are devoted to our country. We are devoted to our work. Okay, devotion. Loyalty. Superstition. Sadness. These are feelings. Sadness, anger, happiness, excitement. Okay. And a quality is also called noun. Someone's quality will also be called noun. For example, if someone is brave, and then bravery will be his or her quality. Okay. If someone is intelligent, then intelligence will be his or her quality. If someone is loyal, so loyalty will be his or her quality. Okay. So qualities, feelings, these are called nouns. Okay. These are kinds of nouns. You can say list on the screen. Kinds of nouns. There's a list on the screen: common noun, proper noun, collective, compound, abstract, concrete, material, countable, uncountable. So one by one, we'll discuss it. Common noun. First one is common noun. A common noun is a name for something which is very common or general. Okay. Common noun is a name for something which is common or general. It includes a particular type of things, person, or places. For example, country. Country is common noun. City. City is common noun because we don't have name for country or city until we have any name for country or city. So it will be called common. Boy is common noun. Girl is common noun. A common noun is a word that indicates a person, place, or thing in general. Okay, and a proper noun is a specific one. Sabdur Rahman, do you want to ask something? Unmute your mic.
इसकी तुम्हारे बुक की नहीं है ग्रामर ट्री की
Okay, it is basic grammatical concept. So that's why I'm teaching it to you.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. If you have not received books, or if it is not included, this is included in syllabus, but you have not received books, na? So if you have not received books, then nothing matters, no problem. Okay, students, this is basic grammatical concept, which I'm going to explain it. So just listen to it. You have already done it in class 6. Okay. Next one is proper noun. So proper noun is opposite of common noun. As common noun is the name of general things, so proper noun is name of specific person, places, or things. There is no common name for it. In written English, proper noun always begins with capital letters. Okay. For example, we talked about city and country. In when we were doing common noun, we talked about city or country. So for example, if city is Lahore, then country will be Pakistan. And we also talked about boy and girl. So boy is Ahmad, girl is Sarah, right? So these are the names, proper names, particular or specific names. Okay, third type of noun is collective noun. Collective noun is a word for a group of things for collection, that is used for collection of things. For example, bouquet. So when there will be many flowers, then it will be called a bouquet. When there will be many books, it will be called bundle or pile of books, bundle of books. When there will be many grapes, it will be called bunch of grapes. Chocolates, box of chocolates. Okay, so these examples are written here: family, team, jury, bouquet, pile, box. Jury is a group of judges. Family is a group of people related by blood. Team is number of persons or players associated together in any work or activity. For example, look at next example. The group of students is standing in a line. Okay, what will be group of students? Class. Okay, the class is standing in a line. We'll say class to group of students. Okay. There are 6 members in Anne's family. So family is a collective noun, class is collective noun, and jury is going to decide the case today. Jury is group of judges. Okay, next kind of noun is material noun. Material noun is the name of a substance of which things are made. Substances of which things are made. And these material nouns are uncountable, and material nouns are also found in concrete form. Concrete form means solid form, something that can be touched. Iron, it is material noun. It is uncountable, it cannot be counted. And it is concrete also, it can be touched. Gold, brass, marble, copper, steel, cotton, silver, wood. Okay, all these are material nouns. These are also substances from which things are made. Okay, utensils are made from steel. Furniture is made from wood. Okay, look at 3 examples, last 3 examples. Plastic is of much use. Cotton dress is cheap. Cheap means not expensive. Iron is very useful metal. So plastic, cotton, and iron, these are material nouns. Next kind of noun is compound noun. Compound noun is a noun that we make by joining 2 or 3 nouns. Examples are written here: classroom, whiteboard, son-in-law, snowball, mailbox, post office, swimming pool, wallpaper, etc. There are many compound nouns you can add here. Okay, next kind of noun is concrete noun. As I have told you in material noun that concrete is something that is solid or that can be touched. So here in its definition, it is written here: a concrete noun names a material thing, person, or place. A material thing, it can be a person, it can be a place. It is something that can be physically touched or perceived by the senses. For example, school. It is a school. Obviously, there is a building of school. So it will be concrete noun. It is physically present and it can be touched. School begins at 7 o'clock. The cereal box is on the shelf. The cereal box, it can be touched. So it is concrete noun. And when we talk about abstract noun, so abstract noun is opposite of concrete noun. If we say that concrete nouns are the nouns that can be physically touched, so abstract noun are the nouns that cannot be touched physically. Okay. An abstract noun names ideas, feelings, or qualities. Abstract noun cannot be physically touched, or you cannot perceive it through five senses. So we can, in for your understanding, you can say that abstract noun is opposite of concrete noun. Look at the examples. Enwrapped in sorrow. Sorrow is sadness. So sorrow will be abstract noun, right? In the United States, we have freedom. Freedom, liberty, freedom, that is also called liberty. So it cannot be touched. In Pakistan, we have freedom, but freedom cannot be touched. So it will be abstract noun. Okay. And in the beginning of the lecture, I told you about abstract nouns. Yes, these are feelings, sadness, anger, happiness. These you can feel it. You cannot touch it. You cannot touch sadness. You cannot touch anger. You cannot touch happiness. You cannot touch bravery. If a person is brave, so bravery will be his or her quality. You cannot touch it, right? So bravery is also an abstract noun. Intelligence, that is also an abstract noun. If a person is faithful or loyal, then loyalty will be his or her quality that cannot be touched. So loyalty is an abstract noun, right? Okay, second last type of noun is countable nouns. Countable nouns are the nouns that can be counted and that also take an article, a, and the. The book is on the table. Okay, so book can be counted, table can also be counted. So article is being used before it. The book is on the table. The book is on the table. Yes, you can add s or es after countable nouns. For making plural of it, you can add s or es. S or es can also be added at the end of countable noun. Articles are also used. For example, a chair or the chair, then we are using article. An apple, apple can be counted. Bat, ball, these can also be counted. Chairs, we have add s. Table, tables. Bat, bats. Ball, balls. Okay, next slide, there are more examples of countable nouns. Okay, examples of countable nouns, as you can see on the screen, many is used for countable nouns. Before countable nouns, many is used. Okay, look at second last example, second last sentence. You can see on the screen, second last sentence, many is used before times. How many times did I tell you to do this? How many times did I tell you to do this work? Or how many times did I tell you to complete your work? So because it can be counted, here times can be counted. Here time is being used as countable noun. Okay, now look at first example. He had a cat when he was young. Okay, if I change article and I write here many. Okay, he had many cats when he was young. Got it? I have changed a cat to many cats, right? So with countable noun, a is used and many is also used before countable nouns if it is plural then. For example, if you say, I have a friend, if you have more than one friend, you will say, I have many friends, right? So he had, in first example, he had many cats when he was young. The cat used to eat a cookie, or I'm going to change it. The cat used to eat cookies every day. I have a phone, few books, a notepad, a table calendar, and a computer on my desk. Next example. I love to listen to songs when I work. How many times did I tell you to do this or to complete this? Bring me a glass of water. As I have told you that S or ES can be added at the end of countable nouns. We can also use article a and the before countable nouns. Okay. And many is also used when it is plural. When it is more than one, then we will use many before countable nouns. And the last one is uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are the nouns that cannot be counted. So the rules which you have read in countable nouns, these rules are opposite of it. As you can add S or ES at the end of countable nouns. So here in uncountable nouns, you cannot add S or ES at the end of it. Okay. Before countable nouns, we can use a, an. But here in uncountable nouns, we cannot use a or an before uncountable nouns. For example, water, you cannot say a water or you cannot say waters, right? So that will be wrong. Sugar, you cannot make plural of sugar and you cannot add article before it. Oil, you cannot make plural of it and you cannot use article before it. Even many, the word many cannot be used here. Instead of it, instead of many, much will be used here. Much sugar, salt, rice, furniture, money, etc. Okay, abstract nouns and proper nouns are always uncountable, but common nouns and concrete nouns can both be countable and uncountable. This thing you have to keep it in mind. Abstract nouns and proper nouns are always uncountable. Abstract noun feelings, ideas that cannot be counted. Proper nouns, name of specific persons, places, or things that cannot be counted. Okay, so those are uncountable. But we can count common nouns like boy, girl. So this is common noun, boy and girl. These can be counted. Concrete noun, school, class. These can also be counted. Here are further examples on the screen. Look at the screen. There are further examples of uncountable nouns. Yes, as we used many before countable nouns, so here in uncountable nouns, much will be used. Yes, Imtisal, what happened to you? Imtisal, if there is any issue, you can ask me. Okay. Examples of uncountable nouns. I need some drinking water, or I need some water. First example is I need some water. Here, water is uncountable. Have some juice, uncountable. Juice is uncountable. Petrol is uncountable. Money is uncountable. We cannot make plural of it. We cannot add article a or an before it. Business is uncountable. Milk is also uncountable. Rice, bread, cream, oil, coffee. Coffee is also uncountable because we cannot make a plural of it. We cannot say coffees or teas. That will be wrong word. So coffee is uncountable. Tea is uncountable. Salt, curry, salad. And look at the last sentence. I told you that it will depend on the sentence or on the word, how is it being used in a sentence. It depends on the word, how it is being used in a sentence. Okay, there was an example of countable nouns where you read that how many times did I tell you to complete this work, or how many times did you complete your work. But here time is being used in a different way. Here time is being used as uncountable noun. In previous example, time was being used as countable noun. Here it is being used as uncountable noun. How much time do you need to complete this activity? For example, if I add a few words after need, then it will be how much time do you need to complete this activity? Okay. So here before time we have used much. In last example of countable nouns, we used many because that was repetition of action. Now how many times the action was repeated. But here's how much time do you need to complete this activity or to complete this work. Clear? Here much is used. So we can say that time can also be used as countable and uncountable. Okay, time is countable noun, but it can also be used as uncountable noun. It depends how it is being used in a sentence. Clear? Okay, I wanted to show you a video, but time is short. Okay, it's about types of nouns. Just let me know if you. If you can't hear it, just let me know, okay? Students, just watch it. Okay, students, there is an issue in playing this video. So just watch it. Okay, as I have told you about proper nouns, these are names of specific person, place, or things. John, London, Pluto, France. John is specific name of a person, specific name of a city, and specific name of a country. Okay, Momin has asked something. Momin, please unmute your mic if you want to ask something. Yes, Momin, unmute your mic.
Teacher, I don't want to ask something. I want to say that we'll know you check our homeworks.
Yes, I will obviously check. But before it, let me know, do you have the grammar tree?
No, teacher. Teacher, in the script there was
Okay.
written that when the school reopens, you will get the books. Rest of.
Okay, nothing matters. In the beginning of the lecture, I have told you that it is general, basic, it is basic
Mm.
concept of grammar, basic grammatical concept. So don't worry about it. You have read it in class 6, nouns and kinds of nouns, okay?
Yes.
Students, if you do not have grammar tree with you, then don't worry, no problem. This is basic grammatical concept, nouns and kinds of nouns, okay? You have done it in class 6. Okay, I have played video again, but there is no sound, just watch it. Yes, countable nouns have singular and plural form. You can also use an, a, or an before it. For example, car, desk, cup, house, bike, as you can see on the screen. Uncountable nouns are the nouns that cannot be counted. They are sometimes abstract ideas. For example, abstract idea, happiness is an abstract noun that cannot be counted. Wood, air, milk, happiness, these cannot be counted. Concrete noun which exist physically, or these can physically be touched. Yes, 5 senses are involved in concrete nouns, but abstract noun is opposite of it. In abstract noun, 5 senses are not involved. You cannot perceive anything through 5 senses in abstract noun, but in concrete noun, 5 senses are involved. You can see this. Okay, look at the screen again. Dog, you can see this. Apple, tree, you can see this. Apple, you can taste this. Or sock, you can smell this. Flower, fragrance, you can smell this. Flower, you can smell it. So that will be concrete noun. Okay, time is about to over. This is abstract noun. No physical existence, ideas, emotions, concepts. It can be quality of a person, bravery, intelligence, feeling, emotion, fear.